Alrighty. It is time. Japan versus Japan. This is so far the first Japanese matchup and also going to be the final matchup for Group C here for the 2024 TT Amulet Tournament. We have Azalea with us on comms today. Hello, Azalea.
Hello.
Yeah. Both of these runners are fairly new. Toyomana has actually been running this game for quite a while. Anaguma also has been running the game, but they've both been playing so much recently along with all the other new Japanese runners. We have the countdown going here. They should be getting going any moment here.
Absolutely.
And they're off.
Like we got them going off here. Yep.
They're all synced up.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, Raiders. Got a big
Welcome,
crowd here
Raiders.
today. Love to see it.
Yay.
So this matchup is actually really, really important for those that haven't kept up with the bracket. This is the last matchup of Group C. Both Anaguma and Toyomana, both are coming into this match with a 0-2 record. And the winner of this match will continue on to the playoffs, and the loser will be knocked out of the tournament. So this is a super big deal. They both want to win, I'm guessing. I think it'll be a fairly even matchup. Actually, what are their PBs here?
I'm not sure. I can.
Yeah, so far, I think only CMA, who's in this tournament, is the only one that's submitted to the speedrun.com leaderboard.
Oh,
But
okay.
I would have to think this is going to be a very close matchup. It really could be either one of them.
Yeah. Toyomana comes in with a yeah. Toyomana comes in with the higher seeding.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're that. I don't know how far apart they actually are.
Yeah.
I know that both of these players are traditionally either traditionally 100% players or ATR players. Oh, it looks like
Toyomana misses the
Toyomana
balloon.
missed a balloon, which is gonna lead to an early advantage for
Anaguma barely picks up
Inaguma.
that balloon as well.
The speed might equalize this
Actually,
a little.
not too bad of a difference here.
Yeah.
So, I know Anaguma, the few times I've managed to catch their streams, they mainly have run like ATR.
Gotcha. They also have a very good 100% time.
That's right.
They
And
have,
Toyomana,
yeah.
a bit more of a variety.
Mhm.
He's done, I think, all three categories now.
Oh, gotcha.
Here's the first level Fossil Canyon. Anaguma gets a very good canyon list to start out with. So he's going to be pulling ahead here. Yeah, I can imagine that the nerves are on. They both want to keep going in this tournament. They both have very, very strong matchups in their groups, which is where the losses are coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Fossil Canyon's not being kind to Toyomana right now. Hitting mines and missing balloons. Anaguma is actually almost on pace here for a sub-1. Just about.
Oh, he missed the balloon, but that was 49 going towards the end, so that looked like it could have gotten to sub-1 with a good ending.
103 cutscene skip.
Yeah.
And Toyomana 105 cutscene skip.
Yeah, very good.
So each one of these cutscene skips are a frame-perfect trick. The very final frame of the race, you can pause and access the pause menu options, and on that frame, you are also awarded the golden balloon for winning the race. You can then return to the lobby, and that will save you having to watch the cutscene of Taj presenting the golden balloon. There are, I think, 13 of them in this category.
I believe so.
And here's the first key grab.
Yeah, so, I saw that Inaguma's key grab was really clean. It was like Toyomana's going for his on 3. Also pretty clean.
Good.
As well. No issues with the cutscene skip there.
40 seconds for a key grab.
Oh, wow, nice.
And 42
Ooh,
missed the cutscene skip.
41 with a missed cutscene, but we're gonna see a little bit of a difference, about about like 22 seconds ish between the players to start here, but that will get equalized after the mini game.
Yep.
It'll be less of a difference.
Yeah, Toyomana will now be able to skip the amulet piece presentation at the end of Fire Mountain.
Hmm.
Whereas if Anaguma hits this one, he'll have to watch the entire cutscene. But it is faster to hit all 3 cutscene skips and
Yeah.
watch the amulet cutscene
Yes, for sure.
by about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Jungle Falls. The CPU is really getting your way on lap 2 here for Jungle Falls.
Yeah.
Very important that, if you play this a lot and you recognize your pace and you can kind of predict where the CPUs will be so you can go for a different line in the tunnel.
Yeah.
39
39
with the
cutscene skip. Yeah.
Solid start for Nguma, but we're coming up to the first minigame, which is Fire Mountain. This is the egg collection minigame.
Yeah.
Just have to pick up 3 of the eggs, which are in the central nest, and hatch them. Each one takes about 10 seconds to be hatched.
Yeah.
In the meantime, CPUs can come to your nest and try to steal your egg while it's hatching.
Yeah.
But you can also steal eggs, which is what Anaguma is going to go for here. Traditional strategy is to take an egg out of the central nest, then take an egg out of your opponent's nest, then go back to the central nest for your 3rd egg.
Yeah. And he's going to get that exact pattern. And then we'll have just one last thing to do, which is to make sure that the CPU that comes this way does not get to the nest. Looks like he got it. Yep.
Nice. Very clean Fire Mountain. Doesn't get much cleaner than that.
Nope. Toyomana also following this exact same type of pattern. Let's see if we're fast enough to get the egg. We are. The other CPU dove too late to actually grab it, which was very beneficial
Looks like
for
Toyomana also gets the same good pattern here.
Yeah, we're gonna just see him wait, and he'll shoot down the CPU at the last
Very
second.
nice.
That's very nice. No way for that CPU to go back to the nest. So both players successfully complete um, Fire Mountain. Oniguma has a bit of a lead based off of not missing a cutscene, but also general better racing times so far. This track is very important. Not only is it the site of an out of bounds of our first out of bounds trick, but it's also the site of the final cutscene of Dino Domain. So we're gonna see a different. Usually these players have been quitting to lobby, but this time they are going to exit to menu after they get this cutscene skip. And if they don't, it's pretty costly. But 5 bananas, 4 bananas, so both players with a decent lot of bananas here. Very good HTV from Onaguma here.
Yeah, it's actually a very nice.
Yeah, this is better than what I get generally. Oh no. Yeah.
So we'll see if Toyomana can get this cutscene skip here. It will help Toyomana to close the gap and keep up. So this is the cutscene that you can skip. You get to skip the balloon cutscene, and you then also get to skip this door boss presentation cutscene.
Yeah.
And you also need to go all the way back to the overworld because we need to go and do the vehicle challenge.
He did get it.
He does get it.
So we're gonna see. I think Onaguma is actually still gonna end up ahead because he's 3rd in car challenge here.
But I definitely closed the gap by about 10 to 15 seconds with that one cutscene skip.
Yeah.
Now it's only a 6-second difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is interesting. I think getting the 46 versus what Toyomana got as a 56 actually softens the blow of the racing. Because now they're still he's still a little bit ahead.
Both players are going for the faster finish. Yeah. You can cut into the middle of the grass there onto the Taj mat, and the finish line extends infinitely, so you can just finish wherever. And we need to switch to the plane vehicle anyway, so this kind of like a 2-in-1 movement here to finish faster and switch to plane faster because we need to
Yeah.
go to Snowflake Mountain.
Although while doing that end cutscene, you need to make sure to finish. Like when you start it, you need to go ahead and finish quickly because you're not really on the track anymore. So if you're off there for too long, you can get a DQ.
Yep, the disqualification factor in the vehicle challenges is a pain to work with. It's
Yeah.
something that trips up a lot of runners. It always happens to everybody at
Yeah.
least once while they run this game, either for, for like 100% or any other category where we're doing vehicle challenges.
Yeah.
And basically how the DQ function works is there is a distance component tied to the checkpoints, and once you leave a certain amount of distance away from the checkpoints, the intended path, a timer will start. And once that timer has elapsed, it will then check your position again, and if you are outside of a certain amount of distance, you will DQ. There
Yeah.
is some leeway with this because you can go outside of the bounds of the track and then
Yeah.
come back before the timer is done, and you can then keep the race going. So that's what we're
Yes.
doing with the hover challenge, like bridge cut, where we're going on the outside of the bridge rather than
Yeah.
underneath
Yeah,
for a
and
tighter line.
Yeah, and same with
Plane challenge.
plane challenge as well.
Cutscene
Oh,
skip.
nice cutscene skip. Both of these, wow, these are that was two excellent.
Yeah. And toyomana gets a 106.
106 Frosty Colors. That catches a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Look, neither. Oh, okay. toyomana does skip the cutscene.
3.5 second difference here.
Yeah, and does catch a little bit of time by skipping the cutscene, which we learned because the old timing method they used was actually
On emulator.
on EMU, so it was perceived to be not to be like equally as fast, if not only saving a small amount of time. But I think it's actually it probably saves less than the other ones, but it's still like you still need to you still should be skipping the cutscene on this and Whale Bay.
Yeah, I remember it being such a big deal learning the game because like you learn about the intro cutscene skip and it's like, oh, I want to do it on every track, but then
Then it's like these that was a really solid time too. That was like a 40. That was a mid 40s. Both these races are racing quite well.
55 Snowball Valley and missed the cutscene skip as well.
That's such a hard buffer. Yeah. That must have been just slightly too close to the line to get an easy buffer. But both players are now going to go off to Icicle Pyramid. We're going to start with Anaguma. Let's see how he navigates this.
Yep, do this
fast
180
Icicle
motion
Pyramid.
right away.
Okay, yeah. Turnaround motion completed and got up the stairs pretty quickly, so it should have no issues here in reality.
With a fast strat.
Most likely, yeah.
Go up to this top level, camp this balloon, shoot 3 homing rockets at that first CPU, then shoot down this second CPU with single missiles, baiting out the third CPU to come up and engage a. Oh my goodness! Oh, it fell down.
It fell. But this is recoverable. This is easily recoverable though.
Oh, we went back up. This is good. Yeah, that's fine.
So now
that's a very good read from Anaguma. It's very easy to get like very tripped up on this.
Yeah, so instead we're just gonna camp this balloon instead.
toyomana is also having a rough time here.
Yeah.
But
barely missed that. Should just be able to fall down and catch the CPU on the way down.
Very good read from toyomana as well.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's two great.
About a 9-second difference right now, I think.
Yeah.
So this is one of the issues that we face in any mini game attempt is the CPU's cooperating with us.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the minigame that's least dependent on CPU RNG is Smoky Castle, because you just have to outpace a CPU once, and then you're pretty much home free from there. Then it's just all movement. But Darkwater Beach, Fire Mountain, and Icicle Pyramid, they all rely on the CPUs going where we expect them to. And we can reproduce the CPU movement by taking the same lines and using items at the same time, but it's so hard to do that perfectly every time. So it kind of feels like RNG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because like you saying that, I was thinking like,
maybe like dark water for people who don't do the fast strat. But I've even noticed doing like the strat that I do that it's still pretty CPU dependent on their positioning to like get it faster or not, or to adapt to where CPUs are. So yeah, you're right. Smoky Castle, you only have to dodge the one CPU. Yeah, we're in Walrus Cove for both players now, and a little bit of a potassium difference between the two players, but shouldn't be too bad. Onaguma just didn't go into the little cove area and try to grab those 3 extra bananas.
They're
I
both
don't
using
think
the early
his
balloon
line was
here,
great for it.
boosting over the hill.
Yeah.
So there is a 3 banana difference between them, and that equates to a 7.5% speed difference. Which,
Yeah.
if you do some math over the remaining amount of time, that is, a
Quite a lot.
second or two that
Yeah.
Toyomana on average will be saving just from being able to move
True.
faster.
Yeah, and the last lap, Oniguma was it
Toyomana has the
did
opportunity to
go in and
get back
grab it.
here.
He does. He does. He gets the skip.
Toyomana takes the lead for the first time in this race.
Yeah, it's super close. Now we go into a track that can definitely separate players. Everfrost Peak is a pretty difficult inbounds playing track. There are a lot of backups, but if you kind of mess up between the backups, you are a bit in trouble. Oh no!
All right.
Oh, managed to
They
actually
both
get
bonk
on.
on that. So that turn
Oh
is super
man,
hard. It's almost completely blind. And you have to do it at very
yeah,
high speed.
it's
Toyomana
all
actually tried to safe it, but still bonked on it anyway. It's super tough.
yeah, it's all feels based. That to me that is so feels based.
And you can see all
Like
these boosts that they're chaining, using all of these boost balloons, chaining them
yeah,
into the ring zippers and the ground zippers as well. If you didn't know, you
yeah,
can hit the ground zippers in the plane. It's just very precise,
yeah. I
having to
think
dive onto the exact spot.
if to me it felt like Oniguma was gonna almost just start was gonna start gaining the lead back because it looked like his it looked like Toymana missed the ground zipper on lap 2.
Yeah.
If it looked like based on speed, but they're still just super close. Cutscene like here this cutscene skip is the second big one.
Ooh, a little
Oh, big
bonk, but he
bonk.
picks up the balloon, which is good.
Yeah, that's the backups. That's good.
Hits the ground zipper for a
And gets
108
the
and gets the cutscene
cutscene.
skip. We'll see if Anaguma can hit this to
This,
stay just behind Toyomana.
he can.
And he
Very good.
and he does any menus.
Yeah.
Always get nervous of a missed menu there,
Yeah.
because it does happen every once in a while. You get the cutscene skip, you're really happy, and then your muscle memory takes over and you just return to lobby. You
Yeah.
gotta stay focused and stick to the plan of
Mm-hmm.
the category specific stuff. Hover challenge here. Patty is in love right now.
Mm-hmm.
This you can see the strategies here. Toyomana is going for underneath the bridge, which guarantees that you won't get disqualified because that's where the checkpoints are.
Yeah.
And Anaguma is going on the outside of the bridge. I think on average it saves about a half second if you do it well enough, if you take the tight lines.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
So, and we only do it twice, so you'll save about 1 second.
Yeah. Because being in the water it can definitely cause more potential lag, which when you're not boosting is generally not good.
Yes.
Because typically we combine boosting with lag, and that's how we extend boost and go farther. But when we're not boosting, we generally want it to be pretty smooth and not laggy. Good.
112.99.
Yeah, 112.99. That's a good time. This looks like it will be similar. Maybe a 113 instead. Yeah,
113.4.
but this race is so close. This is very worthy of a must-win race.
Yep.
Going into Pirate Lagoon, there is 2 routes that you can go here. This is kind of like this is kind of where I would say would be like the second kind of route change, because you could do Everfrost Peak first, in Snowflake Mountain. I mean, technically you could do all but one track before going to IP, but it's
Yep.
just but routing wise that would be slower. Oh, a little trouble for both players starting out there.
The Pirate Lagoon is a
Pirate Lagoon.
really tough but really fun hover stage because it's
Yeah.
an exact opposite to Hover Challenge. There's just so many boost chains that can be done.
Yeah, for sure.
Picking up the blue balloon, using it with the zipper,
Well, this time,
and then
both
hitting this
players
other blue
got-
balloon.
Looks like both players are having a nice second lap here. We had an 18 from toyomana, and from 17 from anaguma, so a little bit of time save. And it looks like a 50, potential 57. So we got a 57. We did get a 57 from toyomana, but we're looking at a potential 57 here as well. No cutscene here. That's a tough cutscene. If you're flying at that speed, you kind of have to
It comes up very fast.
I wouldn't say it's the hardest to buffer if you do miss it, but I would say that if you're planning on just not relying on buffers, then it can be a bit tricky.
And the finish line is so close to you, especially if you get like the double blue balloon. It happens so fast. And the frame rate can jump up as well. It can jump up to 30 even with music on. It's really tricky. And because of all the lag, when you boost off of that ledge, it can like fling you far to the left or far to the right, and you could like smack into the finish line poles as well.
Yeah.
And the finish line is beyond the poles, so you'll have to like regain your speed and try it again. It's really annoying. I think one time Tarzan had to do 18 cutscene skip buffers on Pirate Lagoon before he got it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that loses a ton of time because it's probably losing anywhere from half a second to
about 1 second.
About 1 second per buffer. So
depends on how fast you do them.
Yeah, true.
Like Obayo probably does the fastest cutscene skip buffers, just pausing and unpausing.
Yeah.
He goes so fast with that movement.
Yeah.
Tarzan the Great reportedly did 18 cutscene skip buffers on Pirate Lagoon.
Yeah, we don't have actual. I think he might have the video of it, but
yeah, there's a video of it. It's really funny.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. The like opposite wave drift there very often. That's not super common. A lot of people just keep drifting it and they just try to take it straight into the finish line.
Yep.
I still have it where I'm slightly like turning towards it, which sometimes causes me to miss that. But
yeah, I usually just RB into it.
Yeah,
and
for
I'm
sure.
like right facing as I do the cutscene skip.
Yeah, right facing with the cutscene skip, definitely.
So there's about a 1 lap difference here. They're synced up perfectly 1 lap apart.
True.
Toyomana's had some slightly cleaner driving and hitting a few more cutscene skips in this middle section of the run.
Yeah.
Can you go for the whale jump? He goes for the whale skip.
He went for whale skip. He went for
the
strat that you do.
And
he gets
buffers. The buffer. That's a very hard buffer.
Oh, that's a hard buffer. That's a slow. You have to.
It's a 15 FPS typically, so you have to
15 FPS buffer. So
pause and unpause at a rate of 225 beats per minute instead of 300.
Yeah. So you're doing it about half speed from what you would normally do for a 30 FPS.
Oh no. Toyomana misses 2 shots already, so he has to resort to camping.
So we're gonna resort to camping, yeah.
So this is it'll open up an opportunity for Anaguma here. I don't know if he knows the fast strat or is gonna go for the fast strat, but either way, missing 2 shots misses a little bit of time.
Yeah. I do feel like a lot of players do the first CPU this way, or do their best to do it, and then they don't really do the rest of it. Yeah,
that one's really hard to hit.
Yeah, I typically just do the first 2 shots, and then I start camping. And that has served me well.
So 1 more shot. Oh, alright, there it is. Toyomana's clear dark water.
Yeah.
Anaguma has quite a few shots here to go.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of the struggle is... Oh, nice. Tip-Tup came right to him. A lot of the struggle is being able to pick up this red balloon twice very quickly to stack it up to a homing missile.
Yeah.
And it is something that can be optimized. You know, you can, like, get both balloons in, like, 2 seconds. And here, Anaguma is maybe at around a rate of, like, 2.5 to 3 seconds for the double balloon pickup, which...
Yeah. All right. Looks like
Yeah.
looks like
I think
test
Toyomana did
clear.
actually have a slightly stronger Dark Water, despite the few missile shots
y-
being missed.
Yeah. It's gonna be almost two laps ahead completely. But it's gonna probably turn out to be about 30 seconds ish.
Yeah, maybe even a
A
little
a little more actually.
around 35 to 40-second region.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
Toyomana has pulled ahead quite a lot
Oh,
since Snowflake Mountain here.
nice grab. Yeah.
Yeah, Anaguma had the early lead, but Anaguma missed some cutscene skips and had some weaker racing.
And the mini
And
games just made
Toyomana
me
hits that
do a
third
lot.
quit to menu. So
Yeah.
he's going to stay on a good pace here. Anaguma, the pressure's on for Anaguma. If he doesn't hit this, he's going to fall very far behind Toyomana.
Yeah. And there's not much left. There's just plain challenge. Your choice of Windmill Plains or Greenwood Village, grabbing the key in Boulder Canyon, and completing Smoky Castle is about all we have left in this race.
Yep.
So
But Plane Challenge, there is one major problem spot here in Plane Challenge, and that's the risk of disqualification.
yeah.
That's really all Toyomana has to avoid. He's taking his lines extremely safe here. He's
Yeah,
sticking to the road.
he lost a lot of speed there.
Yep.
In when it drops to that 15 FPS. Yeah, lots of bonking, just a really rough plane challenge. This will leave an opening for a clean plane challenge to save time.
It's a 42-second difference right now
Yeah.
between Toyomana and
Oh, that's a
Anaguma.
good turn here. Yeah, now
He's going to go for a
definitely
riskier line here.
Yeah, this line definitely is. That's the line that we're typically taking. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, these plane bonks are always really, really rough.
Oh,
there's a bad one for Anaguma.
Yeah, just a little too far to the left there, and so the barrel roll went right into the actual. Oh my goodness, that was so close to bonking on the.
113 plane challenge.
Yeah.
So Toyomana had a few bonks there, so Anaguma could pick up a little bit of time here if the rest of this plane challenge is clean for him.
Yeah,
But yeah,
for
this
sure.
turn back to the main hub area is the toughest. It drops down to like 12 and 15 FPS in a very quick instant. So whatever
Yeah.
angle that you're going with around that turn, you pretty much can't get out of that angle, and you just have to commit to it and hope it works out. So we kind of go wide and turn early.
Yeah, this is such a good. These last two laps have been so good for.
Yeah, so he saves about
Anaguma.
8 to 9 seconds over Toyomana just from the plane challenge.
Yeah.
And Toyomana's going into windmill planes as well.
Okay.
That's
So.
Let's see if he hits the out of bounds here. He's got 8
Yeah.
bananas, so it's a pretty good chance.
Oh, that's going to be very wide of getting into Dragon Forest. He doesn't get out.
Oh, he gets rejected.
So if Anaguma goes for Greenwood here. Nope, goes for Windmill Plains.
This little mistake here from Toyomana, this is going to open the door for Anaguma. Especially if this doesn't work out again.
It does.
Okay, he gets out. All he has to do is stay out. Oh, okay, he stays out.
That's a very stressful section there.
Anaguma is only going into this with 4 bananas. That's 10% less speed. And that's going to hurt the out of bounds and any out of bounds movement.
Yeah.
But he gets out, gets a very good out of bounds. He keeps the speed.
Yeah.
Now the challenge is staying out of bounds.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Despite the banana difference, Anaguma should be on pace to save a lot of time here over Toyomana.
Yep.
Missing the out of bounds loses quite a lot of time.
Yeah, they're 1 lap apart now. It's just gonna come down to, it's just gonna come down to key execution, and the cutscene skip here.
Misses the cutscene skip. That's a really hard one to go for.
Didn't look like it was really gone. Like, didn't look like he was necessarily going for it. But I guess he also just took a bad angle. This looks a little bit more.
Anaguma is going back inbounds to line it up a bit easier, and he gets a first frame.
Yeah.
So Anaguma has really closed the gap here.
Ooh.
Toyomana has opened the door.
Yeah.
And there is potential for Anaguma to actually come back from this one. There are some things that are up ahead. Hitting this key grab is really tough.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen right away, we
gets
could...
up, and he grabs the key.
Yeah, so
that
a
can
clean
be really tricky
key grab here and better smoky execution could do it. It's gonna have to be a bit faster on the key. Oh, almost
Yeah,
unpaused
stay
three.
up.
Jump for the key.
Yeah, gotta
Jump for the
jump for this key.
key.
The hitbox is up a lot higher than it
Yeah, got
appears.
it. Yeah,
So having to retry the key grab twice does not help out.
it
Toyomana
does
did get it
not.
like second, his first or second
Yeah,
try.
Toyomana is now into Smoky Castle. Good turnaround right away.
Yeah, either way, this is very close.
Yeah, it
Toyomana
is.
just has this one minigame left, and then his run will be over.
Does
Pretty
he
much the main
does he
obstacle is to avoid
dodge
this
the?
shot from the
He
CPU, and he
does dodge the
does.
shot from the CPU. Wow. Yeah, very quick. Allowed him to not really have to deal with the CPU there.
So yeah, all that's left is to stick to the correct banana paths, and Toyomana should be winning this one. But either way, very close.
Yeah. Oh wow. The other CPU didn't even.
Hey, he
What?
didn't show up.
What?
Hmm.
Huh.
Good path.
Pretty fortunate. That's crazy. I would have got shot there.
All right, 2 more bananas for Toyomana here
Yeah.
to secure the win.
So it's gonna be a very good time. 30-11.
30-11 on the dot.
I am not.
GG's Toyomana.
Yeah. Very close. This is both players are gonna be in the 30s.
Yeah,
That's
very
very
close
good.
race.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Anaguma had the lead in the first half, but then Toyomana just started playing.
it's a 30-31 versus a 30-11. Very good.
Yeah, Japan wins the Japan matchup.
True. Japan does win the Japan
Yep.
matchup.
Congrats to Toyomana.
Yeah, that's
Toyomana
very
will
good.
be moving on, and Anaguma unfortunately will be knocked out of the tournament from here. So
Yeah.
thank you for playing, Anaguma. GG. We appreciate
Yeah,
you
GG.
for entering in the tournament. I hope you had fun.
Yeah.
So now, with Toyomana moving on to the brackets, the playoffs, this gives them third seed in Group C, which
Yeah.
means Toyomana will be playing against the second place in Group B, which I believe is still undetermined. We have a bunch of matches yet to be played in the Group B. We have one
Yeah.
match left in Group A. That would be Bandao versus Cryonics. This is the final match for Group C. Group C is all locked in, and so is Group D.
Yeah.
GG's once again.
GG's, yeah. And a big shout out to Pokey RTA for the raid.
Thank you very much.
We were informed that this was the most watched race of the tournament. So thank you very much. I don't know if we have anybody to raid out to. It is fairly early. I don't see anyone personally online unless any of the other players are going to be continuing playing.
Unsure. But either way, a few announcements very quick. We have 2 matches currently scheduled. So you should definitely follow this channel to be notified when we go live with the next matches. Also, make sure to join the Discord, our DKR64 Races Discord, so you can keep up with all of the matches being scheduled, as well as being informed of any future tournaments that we do. But we have Mrs. Gizmaluk, or Giz, versus Dorupi, another Japanese runner. That's going to be on Saturday at 12 noon Eastern.
Yeah.
That's August 31st, so that's coming up in 3 days here. Then we also have, it's going to be a back-to-back as well, a doubleheader. Basically 30 minutes, 45 minutes after
It's definitely not going to be 30 minutes.
Yeah, around 45 minutes afterwards. But either way, we have a doubleheader coming up on Saturday in 3 days, August the 31st at noon Eastern. Giz versus Dorupi, and then Bandao versus Cryonics. So definitely check us out for that doubleheader. It's going to be a very fun match. I think we might have a few more matches in Group B. Trident, who is number 2 seed in this tournament, has only done one of his matches.
Yeah, Trident. The last matches are Trident versus Giz, Trident versus Dorupi, Giz versus Dorupi.
Yeah.
That would conclude Group B. As I've done all 3 of my races.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think that's. No, wow. I mean, 22nd race. That's really great. Both runners
we'll have guess we'll have a little bit of fun getting to watch it back. Obviously, thank you to both runners, and we're rating out to Nukoino. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to join us in the DKR64 races Discord if you'd like to keep up with